Good morning. My name is Paul Church from Clarity Craft here in the UK. Welcome to another episode of Groovi Tuesday. I'm just going to move this mouse. Sorry. How is everybody? Hope everybody's well. Had a little bit of a break, a 3-week break. We had, since we last met, we had our annual parchment retreat at the Spa Hotel in Tunbridge Wells. Seems like such a long time ago, doesn't it? What other developments have been in the news, so to speak. I feel like a news reader. So we had the parchment retreat, had a 2-week break. Sadly, Create and Craft is no longer broadcasting, but we've been keeping you in, I say we, Barb's been keeping you entertained with The Shack and Clarity Social TV. It was lovely on Sunday, first day back in the building, and we sure did have some fun then. And I know many of my friends in the room this morning were in the room at the same time. So it was really great. And then yesterday was back in the Shack with Barb. So lots going on, absolutely. And this week is a super dizzy and busy week here at Clarity Towers. We've got our open days on Friday and Saturday, and then 2 fantastic workshops on Sunday, Inky and Artie with Barb, and a lovely parchment 3D angel, which is being launched at the open days with Linda Williams. So lots going on this week, gathering all the bits and pieces together. If you follow Barb's blog, which is barbaragrayblog.com, then go back and have a read of last night's, and then just make sure you sort of subscribe and sign up. What I want to do a little bit of sort of housekeeping, because going forward, there's going to be a couple of changes. Groovi Tuesday is still going to be Groovi Tuesday. However, from next week, I will be with you at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Okay, so if you miss one, you can come in and watch the other, but don't forget, you can always go back and watch on the Clarity YouTube page. Okay, so that's something new and exciting on the horizon. Barb on Monday will be doing 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. So just giving you a little bit of a heads up going forward for next week, because we had a little bit of a discussion earlier. Monday, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the Shack with Barb. Tuesday, Groovi Tuesday, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Then Wednesday, not sure about Wednesday yet. Thursday at 7 p.m. back in the Shack. And then we're going to do a special show on Friday at 2 o'clock, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. So if you see the pattern there, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. With the only exception at this point is the 7 p.m. on a Thursday evening. So it's lovely to have everybody's company again. So we've got many friends in the room. The lovely Jilly is in the room with you today. So if you've got any questions, she's there to help. And I know that many of our lovely design team friends are also in the room. I saw Glynis earlier. Jane Telford's there. So apologies if I missed anyone, because I've been looking at everybody at home. Yeah, I can see, who's eating cake? I'm sure somebody out there's eating cake. So a little bit of housekeeping, just sort of setting the scene going forward. 2 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Tuesday. It'll always be 10 and 2 unless things change. And we know that many of you will be there to support us. So I've got lots of other exciting things to share with you today. But I know since Create and Craft is no longer with us anymore, it's no longer broadcasting, that we have many new friends joining us, whether they're joining live or whether you're joining afterwards. So do we have any new people in the room today? Have we got any new friends that have sort of just poked their head in and see what's going on? And we've got people on YouTube and over on our Facebook pages as well. I've got 100 friends in the room already, and it's only 10:05. I know. Yes, Mo, I saw you enjoyed the show on Sunday, and I saw your little comment that you made in your order that you didn't place. So So yeah. Right, okay. So what we're going to do, I just thought on Sunday, I think many of our friends at home found it really useful. I've got the iPad here, and I thought I'd just go through and just show you a couple of things around on the website if you're new to Clarity. So I'll just fire this up like so, and we'll just wait for that to load. So I hope everybody's been keeping well. No, Mo says no one's listening, she's safe. Okay. Right, so let's have a look on the overhead. So maybe you're new to Clarity and you're thinking, what's Clarity all about? What's the website all about? How do I order? Let me see, I've got to zoom in and the label's gone, so I'm going to get it wrong. Yeah, I knew I'd get it wrong. Have to be that way. There we go. So we're going to bring that in on the overhead. Okay, so I thought it'd be useful if we've got some new friends joining us, how to navigate around the website and some really sort of key features. One of the really good things is Clarity newsletter. If you haven't already signed up, you click on there, you put your details in when it decides to load, and then every time we send out an email, you'll get notified. So Clarity TV, special promotions, all things like that. Okay, so that's a good place to start, really. Then, where are we going? Hang on, bring that in central. Whee! Clarity TV. Okay, so this is a recent addition. And if we go into here, okay, this is the place where you'll be able to find out the latest items that we've released and we've shared with you on Clarity TV. So these were the gorgeous stamps that Barb launched on Sunday, the stencils, the masks, the new card size, stencil brushes on pre-order, and other lots of lovely goodies. Now, if you're thinking, well, yeah, that's all good, I can see that, but how do I go back and watch? I missed the show, I was out. If you see here, it says catch up and craft, click here. So you click that button, just like so. And there, stop, there you can see the video from Sunday. So that was from 3 till 5. It was actually 5:30 because we got a little bit carried away, didn't we? Then over here, I'll come back and explain this. And then the previous one was on Friday the 25th of October. So this is going to be like a real library of videos and tutorials that you can go back and watch again and again. Now, one of the new additions whilst I was away are these project downloads. So when Barb's been doing a demo, if I click on here, it's sort of like collect the series type thing, isn't it? So this was one of the demos that Barb did on Sunday. So you have a lovely, beautiful image of the finished project. And then underneath, everything that was used to create that. And for example, so the Savannah Treescape Stamper Mask Set, you've got your item code. You click that, just like so, and it takes you there. And then you just go, add to basket. Okay, so click on the logo and it takes me back home. A little carousel, or look, oh yeah, the next online workshop. Saturday the 30th, that's been really, really popular. So if we scroll down, we've got the Shack, we've got a Moment of Clarity, online courses and craft alongs, Groovi Tuesday, retreats, open days and workshops. Not too late to come along to our open days, £10 for the day. There's still a few spaces available for the workshop with Linda Williams and Barb. There's the online workshop, so you can go back and buy the Lighthouse one that we did last month, wasn't it? Yeah, October. So that's there. And you can either go back on your browser, or I always just go back to the logo, and that sort of takes me through there. So there's several ways of ordering. You can order direct via the website, or you can order over the telephone. So the office is open Monday to Friday from 8 AM till 4:30 PM. And normally it's a lovely Sue that will take your call, or you may get Jazz, or you may get Pete. And the telephone number for that, I'm sure Julie could pop it across the bottom, so to speak, is 01732 868 215. There we go. Oh, look, as if by magic, the Groovi starter kit. I've got this over this side, didn't it? Hang on. The Groovi starter kit. Maybe you're new to Groovi, thinking, what's it all about, Groovi? So we've got the fantastic starter kit there for you at a super price as well. So just a little bit of housekeeping. You've got your code at the top. Hang on, code at the top. All you need to do is quote those 5 numbers, the 5 digits, 42144. Pop that into the search on the website and it'll take you straight there. Or if you call up and place an order, you can do that. Then coming down, you've got everything that's included in that particular item, what it's called, and there's also that super free gift of that thanks Groovi plate as well. So you've got a £31 saving on that, okay, which is mad. This year we celebrated 31 years of All Things Clarity, so that saving is reflected, £31 a year. Okay, so you're thinking, what's Groovi about? Well, we're going to come to that very shortly. Then obviously you've got the price you're going to pay. Now, if you belong to any of our Clarity Craft clubs, then you'll get your discount on top of that as well. So we do a Groovi, we do a stamp and a stencil, but we'll cover that in another episode. But Barb did cover it on Sunday. So I'll take you back to the website, click on Clarity TV, like so, go to click here to catch up, and then if you click the video, it will start playing internet, and then it will come along, and then you can go back and watch. And at the beginning of that 2.5 hours, Barb explained all about the clubs, and I know many of our friends at home took advantage of that and signed up to join the clubs. So really just a little bit of housekeeping there, because as I say, since Create and Craft is no longer with us, we know that many new people are tuning in, say either live or afterwards. So I thought it was a really nice way of just sort of introducing the Clarity website, and there's so much more on there, there really is, but that's just sort of the essentials. The key thing really is just make sure you sign up to the newsletters, because then you'll get notified every time we said like upcoming Clarity TV shows, special offers. We don't bombard you. You don't get like 6 a day. Only when we've got something really important. A reminder of when the Shack's coming up, when Groovi Tuesday's coming up, and really, really good. So apologies if I did miss anyone, if we did have some new viewers. I'm not sure whether. Oh, I've just seen Julie said it sounds good. Well, thank goodness for that. Ken, what are you and Facebook up to? Keep stopping me and joining in the live chat. Oh, Ken. Maybe you need to have 2 gadgets on the go. One just for your chat and one for watching. Don't know. Right, okay. So I've done a little bit of housekeeping. Explain next week, we're going to be bringing you more live hours. So I hope many of you can sort of join us. Now, okay. I've got some special offers to show you during this hour, and we're only doing 1 hour today, so because we've got the open days coming up. Christmas parchment. Hands up who remembers the Christmas parchment. It was a lovely green, red, black and silver. Well, we run out of that a long time ago, but we was having a tidy up, and I have found, this is like gold dust. It really, really is. This is the only pack that I'm aware of A5 Christmas parchment. Okay, so you've got your green, your silver, your black, and your red. A5. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose somebody to win this. Okay. So if you place an order between now and next Groovi Tuesday, at the bottom when you check out, just put Christmas or Paul made me do it. Okay. That often works. I like reading those. So you can either put Christmas or Paul made me do it. And one lucky person next Tuesday, I'll choose someone, and there's still plenty of time for you to receive it. Then, so it doesn't matter if you've missed the live. I'm going to give you from now until next Tuesday, any orders placed, and then put Christmas or Paul made me do it in the comments box. When you check out, then you'll be in a chance for winning that. Okay, and it is literally gold dust. And I know many of our friends that have been with us many years keep saying, can we get more? Can we get more? This is it. Okay, right. No need to apologise, Jackie. Nobody's late, really, are they? Right. Okay. So before we had a little 3-week break, we were looking at Josie's brand new circular grids, her duet grids. And we put one of them through their paces. Okay. So the idea behind a duet plate is it is a combination. So the brighter part is embossed, like a traditional Groovi plate. Glynis says she blames me for everything. Okay, Glynis, I don't mind. And then the lighter part have been precision drilled, so the holes go all the way through. And what it does is it allows you to create pieces of artwork like this with ease. Okay. And for the previous episodes, we took about 8 weeks, I think. Well, it's not going to take you 8 weeks, but it took us as a group 8 weeks for an hour every week to go through and recreate one of these. So this design is called Piece, and you get an image of the finished, what it looks like. Then you get your cutting guide and your instructions from Josie. Okay, so that was Piece, and that was the one that I was working with. Then we have Strength. So you can see it's the same principle, and that's what it looks like when it's done. Running out of space. I've got a massive table here, but I'm still running out of space. So there we go. So that is that one. Then we have Joy. And there's the, oops. There is the all fingers and thumbs. There's the plate. Okay. And there we have the finished design. And then the final one in this set of 4 is Courage. So we have the plate, and again, they all come with different instructions because obviously they're different patterns, and the finished piece there. So the piece of artwork that I know many of us created together was using, oops, tumble dry sheet, Piece. So this is where we sort of left off a couple of weeks ago. And I said, you know what, we need a centerpiece now. And I took my inspiration from, where's it gone? A lovely piece of artwork created by Carol Baker. And this is using Linda's Christmas Snowflake owl. Okay, so this is what we're going to start to look at over this week and next week. That lovely little owl. It's so elegant. It's got style. It could be for a new baby, couldn't it? Winter weddings. It's cute, but it's elegant. Okay. So let me just pop this to one side. So this is where my idea came from Carol Baker. And here's some more artwork using the owl. So this is a piece of artwork from Jilly, who's in the room with you back in the day when she did some parchment. Then we've got some from Sheila Gray, different colour parchment, different layers. Then we have another one from Sheila Gray. I like that offset look, the 2 separate colours as well. Nice and easy. We have another piece from Jilly. It's got so much character. And another one from Jilly that's using one of the baubles as a Groovi plate. And then finally, this masterpiece from Linda herself, Linda Williams. Okay. So I thought this would, but what you'll notice, I mean, that's square, that's in a bauble, because we know with a Groovi plate, we can pick and choose the elements, can't we? So you've got there, 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 but it sits beautifully inside those circular grids. Okay, so this is what the plate looks like when it's traced out. So if I just pop that to one side, that's what it looks like if it's traced out completely. I'll just lift that over. And this is your plate. So you've got all these different frames as well that are generic. You can use them throughout the year. It allows sitting on the branch. So I thought he or she would be perfect in the middle of our frame that we created. Okay. Now, when we're looking at these lovely frames as well from Josie, because, and I'm going to say it because it is, I mean, it's everywhere now, isn't it? Christmas. It really is. I remember back in the day, used to do the NEC, and it was always a November NEC. That weekend, all the Christmas adverts were launched. And so it is, the shops are full of it. So here's some artwork using those lovely grids with some different products. Okay, so this one here, this, I think this was Josie or Glynis, apologies, can't remember. So you've got a little, let me bring it in this way. It's a little rocker card, not stuck down, but you can see you can create a little rocking. So you've got that one. Then we have this one from Josie. So these are our printed poppets that we have available for you. Okay, then another printed poppet. This one, I reckon, so that was from, apologies, that was from Carol Baker. The next piece is from Josie, and I think that is a Linda Williams A4 sampler there. Then the monochromatic look from Glynis, just taking the designs and just putting peace in the middle. Then we have another piece from Josie. Now this is using our printed parchment poppets. Okay, and I've got a super price on these, which I'm going to share with you. Then Glynis, look at those fluffy penguins. Look at that. And then finally, another one from Josie is the printed poppets as well. Okay, so on the counter, what I've done, I've decided to share with you. We've got our printed poppets. So we've got Festive Pixies, we've got the Playful Sprites, we've got Happy Christmas. And then we also have, let me just bring those in, for everyday use, we then also have the Pretty Flowers and the Wishful Whimsy. Okay, but I thought since it's Christmas, these are a perfect sort of, even if you're not into your parching, these are perfect for quick and easy cards. So let me just pop that. Really, I'm running out of space to one side. Okay, so let's bring that around. So what do the packs contain? Okay, let me grab one of these from here so I can show you. And we'll go on the overhead and we're going to zoom out. Stretching exercise. Oh, too far. There we go. So you've got your pocket poppets, your Festive Pixies. Now, if you put poppets into the website, I'm sure Jilly will put the product codes up for these because I run out of time to grab the codes for these to share with you. And then I will, let's just have a look. So I'm going to my iPad and I'm going to have a look on here. So search, poppet, while that's loading. Now, in each of the packs, you get 6 Festive Pixie designs or sprites or Happy Christmas. You get 6 of each of the character in full color, and then you get 6 of each of the character to color in. Okay, then, so in total, you're going to get 12 sheets, A4 sheets, neatly spaced for trimming and decorative die cutting, framing, or quick and easy cards. Right, let me just move that down. All the chat seems to have frozen. Okay, so inside, look, so we put all the characters on one. So these are your 6 characters from your Pixies. Okay, and Jenny's just texting me. So the Pixies, the item code for those is 31641. The Sprites are 31649. And the Christmas are 31644. Closely followed by Flowers on 31642 and Whimsy 31. Oh, same code. Jenny's getting carried away with her typing. Whimsy. There we go. Technology. Whimsy is 31643. Of course it is. And the price on these are normally £11.99. So they've got a discount of £1.20 on them. So, and then if you're in the clubs, oops, something's fallen in someone's basket. You better be careful with that. Okay, so you've got your 6 different characters, like so. Hang on. So on one sheet, you get the same 6 characters, but you can see they've got a lovely hue of colour behind them. They've got like an aura around them. Okay, and then you've got them in black and white. So you can cut them up, you can colour them in, give them to the children, the grandchildren, nieces, nephews, ready for Christmas, great for the school children, to give to their teachers. So you're going to get all of those in that one set. Okay, and it's the same concept in each of the different packs. Now don't forget, all you have to do is say, Paul made me buy it, or put Christmas when you check out, and you'll get a chance to win the lovely gold dust Christmas parchment. So we'll have a look at some of the other designs during the course of this hour. Okay, and I thought what we'll do, oh, before we go, one more thing. If you like the parchment version, these are normally £19.99 plus your club discount. If you want all 3 of them, we've put together, if you go, let me show you, hang on, overhead, show you on the thing. If we go to special offers, like so, you can get all 3 of them for £39.97, £20 savings. So that's 3 packs for the price of 2. Okay, plus all your club discounts. And the item code for that is, oops, 704. Wait, hang on, sorry about that. Hang on, there we go. Slowly bring it back because it went by 70474. Okay, so definitely worth topping up on those, and we'll have a look at those in a little bit more detail later as well. So you've got your Christmas, you've got your flower, and you have your whimsy. Okie dokie, right. I've got more to share with you, but I think we better get cracking with this lovely owl. So where's he gone? He's flown away. He's hiding. Here he is. So let's go on the overhead. So if you're new to Groovi, you need to be able to read the word Groovi. I'm going to take the Platemate that way. And the Platemate comes from the starter kit, which will appear by magic down the side any moment now. Okay, there we go. Any moment now, down the side, Gilly's going to pop that in for us. Okay, because really the Platemate is key to the Groovi system. Okay, there we go. Magic. Right. So what I've done, because we're working with the circular grids, even though this is square, I've taken one of our Pico dies and I've Pico cut a circle. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So, and zoom in. Are we going to go this way? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Nice and steady. Okay. Ooh. Right. You can see why we need 2 hours, can't you? Really, 2 separate hours going forward. 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock from next Monday and Tuesday. So the Pico gives you that it's like a serrated edge. Okay, and what we're going to do first is, while it's on our black mat, we're going to take our tumble dry sheet and we're going to wipe our parchment. And I'm starting from the middle and wiping outwards so that the tumble dry sheet doesn't catch on the Pico cut edge. Okay. Can you do your design first and then Pico cut? Yeah, by all means you can do that. Even though you're going to run it through your die cutting machine, it doesn't flatten the line art. However, what I would say is, if you're going to trace out your design first on a piece of parchment, then trace it out and then die cut it. Don't do any white work or any colouring, because if you used to trace it out and you did all your white work, you did all your colouring, and then you die cut it and the die moved or you wasn't happy with the position, then you will say to yourself, goodness me, I should have die cut it first. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use our #1 best-selling product, as confirmed on Barbara's blog the other day. And I'm going to I'm celebrating 2 new Groovi tabs. And I'm going to position my owl. Now, do I want a little bit off there? Do I want to add the sentiment? So I need to think about, do I want to put a sentiment in? Do I want to bring it down? I reckon, yeah, Happy Christmas. Or should I just worry about the sentiment after? I'm going to worry about a sentiment afterwards. So I'm just going to centralize my circle. I'm going to use my Groovi tabs to hold everything in place. One of several Groovi guards. I know many. Okay, hands up. Who has more than one Groovi guard? Go on, put in the comments below how many you've got. 1, 2, 3. Whether you can find them or not, how many have you got? Okay, because I know these, they disappear. They really do. You'll put it down, you tidy up, and you think, where's that? There we go. Everyone's saying they've got more. Right. 2, 3. Nice. So if we're new to Groovi, then what we may want to do is just trace out straight away with the Groovi #1 tool. Okay. But if we look at the artwork from Linda Williams, okay, we can see we've got that bright white line around most of our outline. But look at these feathers. Look at how soft and delicate they are. And this is what we're going to concentrate on, is creating that effect. Okay. And in order to be able to do that, we need to change which tool we trace out with. Okay. And I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So to start off with, so I know I want to do the feathers with a different tool, and also his little claws at the bottom with little feet. 5, but 2 fell down the back of the radiator and they have to stay there. Oh, goodness me, I have missed my chuckles. It's Tuesday. So let's start off and trace out the owl. So I know I need to stay away from the feathers on the owl and on his little tootsies, his little feet. So I'm going to concentrate, and I'm going to take my #1 tool and I'm just going to press into that groove. And as you press in, what you're doing is you're stretching the parchment. Okay, now if you jump out, nothing's going to happen. The magic of Groovi. Do we want a stripy hat? We can decide. Maybe we want a solid hat. So we're going to bring that round like so. So if I just wanted the solid hat, then what I'm going to do is trace those elements like so. Put his little fluffy bauble on the end. So if I lift that up, we can see now how we have just the shape. So this little hat, you could just trace that out, couldn't you? Just pop that on a card. That will relocate back into the slot, the grooves. And now the voice slows down. I missed a little bit there, I noticed that. But I'm going to put the stripes in. Okay. Now I've just realised that this should have been done with a different tool. But I'm not worried. Of course I'm not. Because I can always do it again if I choose to. Okay, so by looking at the comments, what I can see is that many of you have several Groovi guards. Whether you can find them is another matter. But maybe you want to pop an extra one in your basket. You can never have too many Groovi guards. And then don't forget, put Christmas or Paul made me in the comments. And next week we'll choose somebody to win the last A5 Christmas parchment. Okay, now I need to stay away from the feathers. So let's go back and put his little face in. So we're going to trace around like so. Follow the lines. There we go. Put those lines in there. Lovely big eyelashes. Put his little eyes in. Now I'm going to keep the eye. I'm going to do the eyes just with the number 1 tool, because I'm going to show you at another stage how to create these beautiful looking eyes that Linda has created. But for this piece, what I want to do is give us our outline of the owl and then concentrate on the feathers. And then another week, we'll look at the eyes on how you can create that effect, because we definitely won't get it all done in 1 hour. Okay. 1, because I waffle too much, and 2, there's just lots to share with you. Okay. So there's a lovely little beak. I'm going to ignore the snowflakes on the owl, because maybe I don't want him to be a sort of wintry owl. I'm going to trace in the outline of the bottom of the body. I'm going to bring that branch in that he's perched on, like so, still using the number 1 tool. Add in those flourishes, like so, all still nice and crisp and white. Okay, I need to put the lines in his scarf there. Is anyone doing this as well? I know many of you bought Linda's Snowflake owl before we had a little mini break. And I'm sure Chili could pop the code up, maybe watching for the first time, for the little owl. So now, if I turn this over, you can see we have the owl's head, part of his body, and the branch. Okay. Now, in order to achieve, there's a couple of things we need to look at this next stage. Okay. So if I bring in a piece of artwork that Linda has created, see this lovely black parchment? The only way you're going to get any black parchment is in that Christmas pack, because that's the only pack that's left that contains black. However, worry ye not, because if you like the look of black and white, I've got a little trick to share with you. Okay. Sue is bringing mine to Ditton. Is she now, Glynis? Okay. Right. So we've traced out to get that crisp white line with the Groovi number 1 tool. And you're thinking, well, in that starter kit, which is on the side of your screen, there's 2 double-ended wooden tools, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And each of them have, how can I politely put this? Balls of various sizes at the end of them. So you've got the no ball, bigger ball, bigger and bigger, with 4 being the biggest ball on the end. Okay, so let me show you what happens when you use the 4 different ends in a Groovi plate. So if I take another of my circles, and I'm just going to wipe the circle like so, and I'm just going to do this on a spare piece of parchment. So if I take the number 1 tool, and so I'm going to go on this line here. So I'm going to come down with the number 1 tool. Then I'm going to turn the tool over and go to the number 2 tool and do the line there. Now I'm going to move to the number 3 tool and trace that line there. And then finally, I'm going to take the number 4 tool, okay, and trace out that 4th line. Now, because the balls are bigger as they increase in size in number, they don't fit into the groove as easily. Okay, so it means that you're more likely to jump out. But it's not a problem because, as we know, if there's no groove, nothing happens. So if I now turn this over, we can see how, let's just move this to one side for a moment. I'm going to take a black piece of card so I can bring it up to the overhead. It's easier for me to bring it up to the camera. So this is the line traced out with the number 1. This is with the number 2. This is with the number 3. And this is with the number 4. Okay. So what one do you reckon we should be using if we want to do those feathers? Yep, the number 4. Alternatively, you could go a little bit more trad and you could use a white pencil to lightly trace out the feathers. And to do that, you would have to do that on the front of your parchment and on the front of the plate. But for me, I'm going to go with the number 4 tool to trace out those feathers. So if I bring my plate mate back into play, my Christmas owl, like so, let's just lift up that item there. And then let me just see, the chat seems to have stopped scrolling. Did Jilly give me that code for the Snowflake owl? Did I miss it? So now what we're going to do is we're going to reposition our owl because you feel it slot back into the grooves, like so. Reattach using my Groovi tabs because you can use them again and again. Okay. And let's have a look. So that's now in place. See, look, there's just another good use for your Groovi guard, not only to protect your work, but also to store your Groovi tabs. So the Snowflake owl that I'm using from Linda Williams, the item code for that is 41571. Okay, nice and easy. And if I remember rightly, it's probably about £9.49 plus your club discounts. Okay, right. I'm gonna have a slurp of coffee. Talking too much. Yep, Jilly says 9.49. Thank you, Jilly. Christmas, just around the corner. If you're looking for quick and easy Groovi cards, okay, one of my all-time favorites is Barb's Christmas Tree Sampler. Okay, let me just show you. I've got it here. So it's an A4 square plate. So I think that's probably about £17.99. I know Julie, who's Julie? Jilly will give me a code for that one, and may even be on offer, I'm not sure. So this is Barb's Christmas Tree Sampler. you've got 9 fantastic different trees. Okay, so if you're looking for quick and easy, just take one of those on, oh, right, okay. So the Christmas trees, 41378, and it's £14.99. Now, I think they should normally be £17.99, so you've got a £3 saving on that. But these would work perfectly. Yep, it's a saving, says Jilly. These will work perfectly on our little 4x4 card blanks and envelopes. Okay, so imagine that's 9 cards, just like that. Okay, just take them, just take the squares and the trees exactly as they come. Don't worry about all the corners, you can look at those later, but just those 9 iconic trees. I mean, this is lovely with the landscape. I would do all of that one. I love the fly. This reminds me of what you was doing with Barb yesterday with the 2 pencils in the shack. That ooh, sort of thing. Now you can do it on Groovi. So I think there's a Christmas tree that would cover anybody you were sending it to. Traditional, modern, young, old. 9 different cards there. But these are also perfect for Pergamano coasters. So maybe you want to make a, excuse me, makes a little gift to go with your card. So the 4x4 card blanks, the item codes for those are 31685. That's 31685 for the little 4x4 card blanks. Pergamano coasters, they're a must-have. They really are. If you wanted to, and they're not just for parchment, they're just perfect for little gifts. I mean, I've got, sadly, my one here isn't decorated. Shame on me, really. But the Pergamano coasters are great for gifts. Look, you can see, fits perfectly in there. Actually, look, a little snowflake owl fits in there as well. So if you're interested in some Pergamano coasters, the item number for that, being fed to me by Gilly in the gallery, is 70132. £5.99 a pack of 4 plus your club discounts. But look, he fits in there as if it was designed. Just, I'm sure Linda designed him to work in the coaster. And with the coasters, you could either just cut your piece of parchment with a craft knife, paper trimmer, your Pico squares, you could do that as well. A little bit of the rainbow parchments would look beautiful, or anything would look in there. And it's nice and protected. Okay. Now, what I will do, I know I digress, let me just show you how you open them, because I know we often get many messages on how you open them. So this is the top, and it's beveled down, so it's nice and smooth from the top. And you think, oh, I've got to try and take the middle out, or I've got to try and take the middle out there. What you have to do, let me just clear this out of the way. Okay, is you just take your finger nail, okay, and you pop it in there, so then that comes open, just like that. Okay, and then you put your piece of artwork in there or on there. I would, if it's going to be a permanent, say the Christmas table at Christmas, personalize it. Barb's floral alphabet would work lovely in there, like P for Paul, J for Jilly, B for Barb, D for Dave. Use some red liner high tack tape around there, and then that goes on top, and your artwork is protected. Lovely little table presents, stocking fillers that your friends or whoever you've invited for dinner can take away with them afterwards, so they've got a little gift to remember. And yeah, for me, the coasters are like a little sort of stocking filler. Okay, so Christmas tree sampler, quick and easy cards, a couple of quick samples. This one is from Josie Davidson. Josie's used some little grid work in there. This one is from Emma Burns. A little bit of gold leaf, a little bit of holographic cards on there. Then we've got this one from Sheila Gray on there. A little bit of picot cutting. But seriously, if you want quick and easy cards, coloured parchment, instantly, you don't have to worry colouring it in. This one's from Karen Jackson. This one is from Sheila Gray. There's that red Christmas parchment. Christmas, Paul made me do it. Karen Jackson. This one's nice. Glynis. See, that works like that. It's no longer a Christmas tree either, is it? It's like a pencil, doesn't it? See? You can just play. So they're not just for Christmas, even though it's called Barb's Christmas Tree Sampler. They're trees. And you can have so much fun pattern building. Little corners, you've got little frames. So when it comes to Christmas, don't put this one away afterwards, because there's so many decorative elements on there that you can continue to use going forward throughout the year. Okay, so let's go back to our lovely little owl and let's have a look at adding in now that softness of the crisp white line art. So I'm going to zoom in, stretch. Oops, am I going to go this way? No, that way. Okay, nice and slowly. Bring that over there. So we're going to use the number 4. I'm going to use the number 4 Groovi tool and my Groovi card. And so because I'm using the largest ball tool, I'm going to go a little bit more slowly than I would normally. Okay, so I'm going to trace out, and it doesn't matter if you miss any parts at this point. So we're just using number 4. Maybe if you're trying this for the first time, just take a scrap of parchment and just trace out 1/2 of the feathers onto a piece of scrap. Okay, and try the different tools to see which one works for you. Okay, so that goes around like that. That goes around like that. That goes around like that. I think I've got it all. Let's have a little looky. Very, very faint. But yeah, I think I've got it all. So now let's come over on this one. And we'll trace out the feathers here. Just like so. Okay, and I'm ignoring all the lovely snowflakes at this point. What we're going to do is little feet. Just like so. And if I'd been paying attention and not talking, then I would have done the same on the bauble at the end and also on the fluffy part of the hat. But that's another technique that we're going to look at. So I've gone crisp and clean at the top and soft and gentle at the bottom, so to speak. So Lainey is saying, I'll have to treat myself to the circle die cuts. Wow, once you've got them, they're not just for parchment. You can use them with your paper, you can use them cardstock, you can use them with your parchment. They really are beautiful sets of die. So you've got your circle, your square, rectangle and oval. You can buy the dies just on their own, or you can buy the die with the complementary Groovi plate as well to get that double line. I didn't add a double line in on this one. I just kept mine sort of naked around the outside, so to speak. There we go. So Jilly's put the Pico Cut die set up on the screen. So the item code for that is 30680. 80. Several ways of ordering. You can either call the office on, hang on, the number here, 01732 868 215. Keep moving your finger, Paul. Or on the Clarity website, claritycrafts.com. Which size did I use? Good question. Right, I'm sure I've got mine here somewhere. Bear with, let's just pop you back on the overhead, just so I can go and have a look. Here we go. Right, so, I've got mine in my folder. So there's the squares, there's the circles. So for this piece of artwork, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So use the 6 from the outside, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the inside, because there's 12. That makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, there's a £10 saving if you buy the die and the Groovi plate together. So the item code for that is 30697. And I'm sure, correct me if I'm wrong, Jilly, but I'm sure it'll be the same for the squares, the ovals, and the rectangles as well. I'm sure we would have done that the same for the other ones as well. Okay, so I use the 6th circle on those. Yup, Jilly says I'm correct. I thought so. Thank you, Jilly. Right. So that's the size that I've used. I've traced out there using the number 4 Groovi tool. Now, for me, the biggest game changer when it came to creating white work are the shader tools. Okay, so we do them in 3 different sizes. We do a 0.8, which is a brand new addition to Pergamano because they had been discontinued from the previous owners of Pergamano. Okay, bring it on there. So you've got your 0.8, you've got your 1, and you've got your 1.2. Okay, how do you know which ones you've got? If you've already got 1 or 2 of them, then the easiest way that I can tell you to do that, the 0.8 mil, which is the smallest one. So if you've only been doing parchment craft since Groovi came about, it's unlikely that you would have the 0.8 because, as I say, we bought Pergamano probably about 18 months after Groovi launched, and I understand that the previous owners had already discontinued it. So if you, oh, what's this? Deborah's saying, shader tools for all 3, 70457, £26.97, saving £3. I mean, these are like your Groovi guards. Even if you've got 1 and you're not sure, definitely worth getting a set of 3. So the measurement, so the 0.8, the way that I worked to make it easier, the distance of the paper clip from there to there is 3 millimeters wide. Then the medium one, which is the 1 mil, that distance is 4 millimeters wide, and it's from the outer edge of the paper clip, as we call them. Then the 1.2 is 5 millimeters wide. So get your ruler out and have a measure if you've got 1, and then you can work out which one you've got. So the item code for the 1.2 is 70003. The 1 mil shader tool is 70002. And I'm guessing the 0.8 won't be anywhere near that number because it was a recent addition that we brought back, but I might be wrong. And Jilly, there we go. The 0.8 mil is 70456. So that price is, so they're normally £9.99 each. And if you buy the bundle, you've got a £3 saving plus your club discount. So I am going to be using these next week with My other best friend when it comes to white work, and no, I don't mean Linda Williams. Obviously, Linda Williams is the best friend, but Linda Williams will be back in Wales this time next week. My other best friend when it comes to white work is my Pergamano embossing mat, excellent, the pink mat. This really, for me personally, and I know for many of our friends at home, it makes a real difference whether you're heavy-handed, light-handed. So next week, I'll be using the pink mat and I'll be using the shader tools, and we're going to start to build up those feathers and show how you can create light and dark to make them look real. Okay. So thank you for joining me. It's been lovely to have your company again. Whoops, this week after my little 3-week break. And don't forget, so where are we now? We're Tuesday. So Friday and Saturday are the Clarity Open Days in Ditton near Maidstone. Sunday we are at the workshops in Ditton. Few spaces still available on those for either one with Linda Williams or one with Barbara Gray. Then on Monday, we're back in the shack at 10. Pink mat's got £5 off. £14.99, £5 off. Item code 70075. Yeah, so Monday we're back in the shack with Barb at 10 and 2. Tuesday, Groovi Tuesday, 10 and 2. Wednesday, undecided at the moment. Thursday, currently 7 p.m. and then a couple of special shows on Friday at 10 and 2. But make sure you sign up to the newsletter, and then you think, oh, when did he say that was? Or, oh, I haven't got a pen to write it down. Then you'll get notified of all of that. So thank you as always for your company. Lovely to see so many friends back in the room. For those of you that are traveling to the open days in Ditton for Friday or Saturday or even the workshops, travel safely, and I look forward to seeing everyone that comes to that. Tickets still available, and we'll get them out to you. If you order them today and you don't receive them by the time you need to leave to attend the open days, don't worry, your name will be on the door. So if you turn up and your ticket hasn't arrived, then just give us your name and then we know that you bought a ticket. Alternatively, you can, if it's a last minute thing, you're undecided, you can buy tickets on the door. So thank you, Jilly, for all your lovely help, feeding me all the codes and the prices. Next week will be a little bit more planned. We'll have some more images up on the side, like so. And I'm sure we'll have some special pricing and offers next week. So enjoy the rest of your week, whatever you're up to. I'm off to, what am I off to do now? Oh yeah, get all the stuff ready for the make and takes at the open days and Linda's workshop. So enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you Friday, Saturday, Sunday maybe, if not next Tuesday.